put yourself here. It's 2 a.m.
Okay.
You're crashing out.
It's 2 a.m.
You are suddenly having feelings of, why did my ex leave me and I'm not enough? Okay.
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 Okay. And was he
2
the one
a.m.
that got away? Right?
No.
I don't have that thought anymore.
Okay, good.
And yeah, but there were
But,
times you go through phases in your life.
Between the hours of 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., what I'm thinking in my thoughts, that's none of my business.
Yeah, that's actually such a true point.
But 2 a.m., you're having those thoughts.
And then I go, well, no one's awake. I can't call a friend.
Yeah.
And then I just go, hey, chat.
Hey.
How do you get over a friends to lovers arc that didn't turn into anything?
And then chat goes, are you talking about us?
Chat's like, I will be over there so fast.
ChatGPT like would be a good lover. It's always reciprocating.
You can't say that. That's
it's
like
always reciprocating.
No. Hey guys, and welcome back to Friend Crush, the podcast. I'm your host, Yvette, and today we have an incredible friend crush. She's actually one of my very, very good friends. I'm so glad she was on the podcast today. Her name is LizaBanks Campagna, and she is a stand-up comedian in New York, and you probably know her from literally being like the queen of New York. She's kind of blowing up online right now for giving tour guides at the Met, and she does little factoids online about like different things that are going on at the Met and also in Grand Central, and she's just kind of like killing it, and I'm so excited for like everything that's in store for her and everything she's already done. She's just like a really chill, cool, like high energy person. I love talking about her. Today I was kind of an emotional wreck for some reason, so I was kind of we started really hot with me sobbing, and then I sort of like I think cried throughout, and then I mentioned sort of like my poetry. So if you're into that, like stick around. If you're worried about me, you should be. I think I have my period now, and if there are any doctors here, maybe like let me know why this happens to me every month in general. So I think it's just being a woman. Anyway, it was really great talking to her, and it was really nice. This episode essentially was just me literally hanging out with my friend as she peps me up because I'm kind of having a weird emotional day for almost no reason, and sort of a reason also. I think that's life. Okay, anyway, this is a fun episode. It was so fun talking to LizaBanks. She's full of facts. She's full of whimsy. She's so brilliant. And I'm so excited you're here. Let's get into it. Oh, wait. Don't go. I have shows coming up probably. Hoboken, March 6th. 4th? Hoboken in early March. And then Sash Comedy Club in New York every other week. So, guys, come out. Hang out. Keep an eye on my website for future dates. Okay. Love you. Let's get into it. All right.
Okay, wait. Let me
I don't crying. You know what? Fuck it. Roll it. This is me.
You rolling?
This is the real me.
I was just really mean.
You know what's happening is I'm getting over a cold.
Yeah.
And I'm about to get my period.
It's the gush. It's the gush for me. Oh man.
I'm like,
You kind of look like one big gusher because of your shirt.
I'm like coughing. You know what? This is like the grossest start we've ever had to a podcast. I'm literally coughing into the mic.
Stop. You're okay, wait, I was gonna tell you a story to distract you.
Okay, cool.
Yesterday I gave a tour to one man from Texas. He's
Okay.
a probation officer. He told me a story about how this guy he worked with was retired because the guy was a probation officer and he was sending illicit pictures and texts to his female clients.
Wait.
Not this guy, but a guy he worked with. Was like a probation officer in Texas, like small town in Texas.
And he was like, you know what they would like?
And he was like flirting with his probation clients. I don't know what they are, but they're like female.
That's so inappropriate.
So inappropriate, like the most inappropriate thing you can do.
It's like actually such a crazy level, like exploitation.
100%.
Can you imagine like you're trying to just stay out of jail and then your probation officer is like, what do you think of my cock?
Yeah, literally. You're like trying to stay out of the slammer and you're like, what if I
You're like, I'm
down?
just trying to rehabilitate actually. Yeah. And he's like, okay, but here's my cock and balls.
Yeah, here's my cock and balls and maybe I'll let you get off scot-free if you fondle me underneath.
And you have to like gargle them.
Yeah, you have to gargle them.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. And then also,
it's good to have options in this life.
Yeah. And
gargle
also,
balls or go to jail.
He got arrested, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's also
then,
crazy to be operating within the confines of the law and then like be like exploiting the law at the same time.
I wonder what would happen if his probation officer like started sexually harassing him. Like, would it turn him on or was it
like a Russian doll?
A Russian
doll?
Yeah, Russian Fabergé egg. No, that's not it. Remember we saw those?
In the Met?
In the Met, yes.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, another story to distract you.
Yeah.
The woman I gave the story to today, rock star, awesome cardiologist, Upper East Side.
Love.
She was a nurse in the ICU for Jackie Onassis when she was dying. Come on.
Okay, icon.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
I just love these little stories.
Never occurred to me that Jackie O was dead.
I know. She's always alive.
She's alive in our hearts.
She died in 1994.
You know what's like super fucked?
What?
I'm gonna bring down the vibe again.
I know, those were two back-to-back bangers.
Those are two back-to-back, but then I was just thinking about... Okay, so there's... No, I don't want to say it. It's about Jackie O.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
No, but Fia, my friend, you know her, she made me watch the video of JFK getting shot.
Zapruder film?
What?
The Zapruder film? Like when he gets... I think that's what it's called.
What is that called?
What
does it mean?
It's... I think some guy who filmed it was named Zapruder. And it's a very famous piece of film and media because it's like the moment he got shot is like his head, right?
Oh my...
Is that what you're describing?
Yeah, because it's like a chunk of his head.
Yeah.
And it's really, really disturbing.
Yeah.
And she was like, you have to see it because she like catches a chunk of his head. And then sure enough, she showed it to me and I was like, yeah, that's exactly as described.
Yeah.
And it was really, really horrific.
It's
and she's a very strong woman.
She's strong. She's a strong lady. She like talk about like reinventing yourself, you know?
Yeah.
There's a famous picture in the Met of an Andy Warhol piece called 9 Jackies. And it's a picture of her moments before he's shot where she's like smiling like normal.
Yeah.
And it's like reproduced 9 times. And then it's obviously like you see that film and like you know what happens. But like it's just crazy to think that she was in the public eye for so long and she had all these different versions of herself and she did all this stuff. Right. And she kind of remained a constant. I think it is blasphemy when tabloids write about like all of JFK's affairs and like kind of throw Jackie under the bus. Like I think it's...
How is that throwing her under the bus though?
Because I think it's like all about tarnishing her image. And I like think that like there's just a lot of like trashy. She's like our Princess Diana a little bit. Yeah. Not that she wasn't killed, but like I don't know. It just really
tragedy struck.
It bothers me that there's so many people who like want attention by associating themselves with JFK and like are kind of making her look foolish. And I'm like, don't do that to our girl. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Cheating is none of your business.
Yeah. Or just like, yeah. And it's like, she's dead.
And she's dead now.
She's dead now.
And he's obviously
he's dead. He's very dead.
Horrifically assassinated.
And that picture of her on the plane after he's assassinated where she has blood on her and Lyndon B. Johnson is getting sworn in. Have you ever seen that photo? It's crazy. Do you guys do the pull it up thing here or no?
Should we pull it up? Can you get me some tissues and pull it up, please? Yeah, let's just keep them. Tissues stay on. Tissues stay on the pod today.
That is the famous photo. Of like, it's like like an hour.
Her face is just, it's horrible.
Yeah. I wonder if I can.
I mean, just the sheer like shock and horror of it all. Would you like a tissue?
Yeah, I'll take a tissue.
Okay, good.
I probably got a booger.
It's winter.
It's really brutal out there.
It's winter. I biked and I cried on the bike.
You biked today?
Yeah, I biked today because it was the fastest way to get here.
Yeah.
You know what my friend said to me today? What? I was like, okay, so obviously I'm in this relationship. I won't shut the fuck up about it, right? And I think that's my job as like being in a new relationship. So I'll allow it, right?
That's your job.
You'll allow it?
I'll 100%.
You'll allow it.
Yeah, it's me. I'm your boyfriend.
Thank you. And then, so anyway. So I was telling my friend about we were catching up and she was like, and I was like, it's funny. She was like, oh, he's so like golden retriever energy. You know, everyone loves to say that about like a guy who's just baseline nice. But
yes.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh my God, he's such a golden retriever. He's got like half a brain cell. And
he like doesn't hit you.
Yeah, literally.
He's like, what a good dog.
Yeah. No, literally I was like, he brought me flowers and they're like, and my friends are like, a golden retriever energy.
Wait,
I'm
nice.
Like, man, it was so freaking nice.
That's really nice.
So nice. He knew I wasn't feeling well and he came over, brought flowers and made me soup.
Oh,
do you like that?
I like that. What kind of soup?
Just a couple kinds. He brought a few flavors.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did he make them?
He picked them up because it was like a last minute.
But still fun.
Yeah, and
still
he also
awesome.
was like, I don't know my way around your kitchen, so I didn't want to risk it. And I was like, okay. Because he's like one of those people.
And you're like, you know my way around another type of kitchen.
Yeah, I'm like, get over here. Let me gargle something else, brother.
You don't know your way around the kitchen, but you know my way around the cardboard box. No.
Around the box?
The cabinets.
No. This is a good riff. Anyway, no, but I was telling my friend that.
They said.
And I was like, she was like, yeah, he's so like golden retriever, whatever. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. And then I'm like, he's golden retriever. I'm like a puddle of like tears and like just like an emotional wreck. And then she goes, you mean a girlfriend?
You mean what a girl is supposed to do? It kind of seems like we're just supposed to not pick up the check and be a little sad. And that's our job. And I'm not mad about that. That is true.
Is that just what it's like? And I
Yeah.
swear to God, like, yes, I was like, I've always been kind of a mess, like emotionally, but I'm also like, which like, I guess is
Have
my,
you always been kind of a mess emotionally?
I feel like maybe I think that about myself.
Or are we just in our 20s?
and
know what I
fighting
mean?
for our lives
And
every second of every day.
Fighting for our lives and living in in like a new age that has never existed before. Be
Yeah.
kind to yourself. Hey, you know that part in the office? It's like, you know my friend Yvette? Be nice to her. Be nice to my friend.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like I don't know if you are dysregulated. Maybe you are. I have no idea.
I'm
Chris might
probably
know.
about as dysregulated as like coming onto my own podcast and starting it with crying.
And I've heard that. I was trying to think of a joke. About like Amy Poehler doing that because I feel like Amy Poehler does that.
Amy Poehler has totally cried on her podcast, and I know because I've like,
Yes.
listened to every episode.
Me
but
too. Yes. So I think it's
yeah.
okay. I think emotional vulnerability is strong and brave.
I thank you. And
And also it's like it is real. That's a thing.
sometimes you have to cry.
Yes.
I've been
Yes.
crying so much. I think also because it's winter.
Are you about to get your period?
Yeah.
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 And yeah, you mentioned that before, and you know what? I listen.
Yeah,
So-
because you're a golden retriever.
Am I a golden retriever?
I feel like because you're more like up tempo.
I'm like up tempo for sure.
I don't know how to like ask for what I want as a girl. Have you figured that out?
Nope.
Okay.
No. But I know exactly what you mean.
It's so much harder than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to not backfire,
It's
but then also
crazy.
for people to take you seriously, it's like a very thin line.
Yeah.
Because if you go too hard, then they go, well, she's a bitch
Yes.
and she's really needy.
You're really open to misinterpretation when you ask directly for the thing you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
you don't ask for what you want, then you're totally at someone else's mercy.
Yeah. And it's like you get shit on for being kind of like dominant or like
Right.
confident. And
And then
it's sort
also,
of like,
but then
well,
also on the other hand, people will be like, oh, well, she'll just do anything. She's like,
Yeah.
she's down for whatever. And it's like,
yes.
no, totally. But like, what if you just like paid me what I deserve
Yeah.
and like
100%.
didn't take advantage of my time?
Yeah, I think
Because-
I try very hard to like toe the line, and I do think I do this pretty successfully. Where like I like to be like I'm chill, I'm easygoing, and then someone's like, no, you're not. But
Yeah.
I'm like pretty easygoing. But then when it comes to like my boundaries or like something where I'm like pretty stern about it, because the flipping of it, people are like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. And I'm like, yeah, if you cross me, like I will fuck with you.
Wait, when have you done
I'm
that?
trying to think of like an example of like I run a show. Let me think of a good example of this.
Yeah.
But it's like comes from being an athlete because I will like I got bark and I got bite.
You got that dog in you.
I got that dog in me and I
can smell
will.
it. I can tell.
I'm trying to think of like because sometimes I like have horrible road rage, but like even like on the subway. Sometimes people will do things or something will happen and I will be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they like won't expect it because of how I look. And I'm like, yeah. And that shock value is very
That's
valuable.
fun.
It is kind of fun. I mean,
For
I'll try to think
people
of an
not to be
example.
expecting it.
Yeah.
But also if it's someone that you never have to see again, like if it's on the subway, then it's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to think. I'm going to think of a good example. But I need to I have a good example on the tip of my tongue. Have you ever had that where you've like kind of like gone after somebody or like?
Yeah, definitely. I also have like a pretty high threshold. Like
Yeah.
you have to really, really, really do something.
Yeah.
If you mess with my career in some way or like my goals,
Yes.
I will.
Destroy you.
That is where I will be like, no, this is absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily going to be like mean about it, but I will like really assert.
Yes.
A
And I think
boundary.
the being able to like toggle between the two is kind of important. I'm like happy go lucky, but then
Yeah.
when you come in, I have an example now I remembered
Yeah.
with my current person that I'm with. We're both comedians.
Yeah.
And last week it was like the morning on a Saturday and he got asked to do a show and he was like, should I do all of it? I'm available for all of them or something like that. Or should I just be like, I'm only available for 2? I was like, I think you should just do all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then he just said he was available for 2. And then flash forward like a few hours later, that same spot is like, hey, do you want to do the last show? And I had my own relationship with them, and I was like, yeah. And then I told my partner, and he was like, oh, maybe that's because I said no. And I was like, no, it's not. And I got really mad. And I was like, it's absolutely not about that. And that's really fucking annoying. And he was like, well, we were having a good time. And I was like, that was annoying. And then later he apologized. And I was like, yeah, I kind of had to hold my ground and be like, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And I have my own relationship with that club that I built before they knew you. And I didn't say anything about, like, it was just so annoying, and like one of those things where like dating another comedian, there can be a little friction.
Right, because if you're up for like literally the same thing, it's like.
Yeah, but I didn't feel any sort of like, I knew that I got the spot separately from them, because it also happened like hours apart.
Right, it wasn't like an immediate text. It was just like they were booking and then they booked you.
Yeah. / like he'd gone to that spot the night before to like hang out, and I hadn't been in weeks, but I like get spots with them regularly. So I was just like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. But then he apologized because he was like, yeah, that was my bad. I was like, yeah. Shut the fuck up.
That's
You know? But for the most part, I'm like, but I was also like, you should do all the spots. Like, why not? And he was like, I don't know why he didn't, but
he should have. The real test would be if he had said yes to all of them.
I know.
But then you would never know, because then you wouldn't have gotten the text.
But I think I would have still. I think I might have still gotten the text, because it's also like, he's a guy, I'm a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we fill different needs on the show.
No one's like going like, oh, he's not free, let's ask her. Like it's not.
Yes, I know.
I don't think that's like the same bucket of like need.
Yeah.
In a show.
Yeah. That show was a really good show, and what's her name? Rachel Williams was on it, and I just saw she's on the Tonight Show last night, which is so sick.
Huge ups for her.
Huge up.
Future friend of the pod. I guess we should have her.
Oh yeah,
on.
you should have her on. She's the best. She's so funny.
Well, she did my web series.
Oh,
Forever
fun.
Ago. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So she's like,
Oh my god, she was so good in that.
Yeah, she was. She's really killer.
And you know who else was really good in that? Who I was like, I told Dan when you guys premiered that, fucking Olivia Carter.
Olivia Carter also was on the Tonight Show recently.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Tonight Show really
okay,
loved their
we kind of are like a pipeline for the Tonight Show.
That's really funny.
Just if you've done Run Club, the web series, like that's your
thing. Next
that's
up,
your
it's Dan.
next.
It goes everyone but you. Sorry. There she is. There she comes. There's that beautiful laugh. There's that beautiful smile.
I think January should be illegal.
Dude, it was fucked up. It was messed up.
I guess it's like February now, but it still feels like we're in the same January, February.
It felt so long.
And it's so dark and it's so cold.
The cold is really ripping right now.
And you can't like go outside.
No.
Really. Like you can't like be in the sun. And I think that's really
it affects your mental well-being highly.
So I think that's why I've been crying so much also.
It is a really tough time.
Are you a crier?
No. Yeah. But I have cried before, and I will cry.
Even though you're a girlfriend and you still don't even cry.
I know. I do cry. I cried when I am about to get my period, or like I feel like I've cried recently. I cry at actually the last time I cried at art sometimes.
You cry what?
At art. Like I'll see art and I'll like get moved to tears. When I was in Mexico City and I saw The Watermelon by Frida Kahlo, I cried.
Oh my God.
It was so moving. She wrote like she was about to die and she painted these watermelons, and then right before, like a couple of days before she died, she wrote Viva la Vida into the watermelons, like long live life. And you're like, oh my God.
She had the worst life.
She had a really bad life.
Kind of like a phenomenally terrible life.
Phenomenally terrible. And it's so interesting how her legacy, she's been like co-opted as this like figure. Like think about how many like reproduced images you've seen of Frida Kahlo. And she was kind of like, I don't know, a very singular, individualistic kind of girl.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's been commercialized in the way that she has.
Yes, really interesting.
It's really interesting. And she was sort of lost. Like right when she died, she had her first exhibit in Mexico right before she died.
Yeah.
And she famously was brought there via like her bed. She really wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then, but that was like her like biggest accomplishment, I think, as an artist in her life, she would say probably. And then she kind of gets lost by art historians for like 5 to 10 years. And then she's like rediscovered in, I want to say like the 70s, the 80s. And she has like a huge gallery or a huge exhibition at the National Gallery of Art. And then people all of a sudden love her. And you think about like how a lot of valuable art happens once people die,
Yeah.
which is like,
Sucks.
tale as old as time. But I think it kind of sucks how she's been like, her art is so heavily reproduced. And a lot of her art is in private collections because it was looted after she died. Isn't that really weird? There's not a lot of Frida Kahlo's like open to the public. There's one in Austin, Texas. There's only 2 at Frida Kahlo at her house, Casa Azul, because they were all stolen from her house and then sold to private collectors. And
Wait,
then
what? Wait, so all the ones that are in there are reproductions?
there's only a couple in there. Like there's the watermelons, and then I think there's like one more, and then there's some reproductions. There's like a reproduction of a self-portrait she made, which she printed and then painted. So it's like a reproduction, but it's like she painted it. But yeah, there's not that many. It's a lot of her objects and like her house.
Wait, that's
Were you
the
there?
one in Mexico City, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Casa
there.
Azul, the
Yeah.
house, yeah. There's only like 2 or 3.
Why did I remember?
There's a lot of Diego Rivera's. There's some Diego Rivera's there. Those are really cool. Those her
Okay.
bad husband. Who's
Right.
awesome at art. But
Right.
bad guy.
Right.
She kind of gives like, she's like the Mexican Georgia O'Keeffe, like Georgia O'Keeffe and Alfred Stieglitz.
Wait, I didn't know about Georgia O'Keeffe's husband.
She was married to Alfred Stieglitz, who was like a famous photographer, really old guy. And he was like the first guy to say photography is an art form because it was like a scientific tool. And then he was like, no, actually, this is like an expression. And he took a lot of photos of Georgia O'Keeffe's like body. He took a lot of photos of New York. He was like a New York guy, and he had this gallery in New York that was very famous. That was like the first time ever anybody was considering photography an art form. But the way that they started to get together was he was cheating on his wife with her. And then they got married, and then eventually
He cheated on
yeah. And she moved to Mexico City. Or not Mexico City, sorry,
Yeah.
New Mexico.
Oh.
Santa Fe. Georgia O'Keeffe did. And partially to get away from him. And then she's like, New Mexico's like, girl, right? Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
And then he dies because he's like much older than her, and she controls his estate.
okay.
So all of his photos.
She got his ass.
She got his ass, and a lot of his stuff is in the Met because Georgia O'Keeffe like gave it all to the Met.
Whoa.
Alfred Stieglitz is a kind of an interesting figure guy.
Because he was kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, but he was also like, let me think of like, I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm thinking of James Franco.
It's so cool that you know stuff like that.
It's,
Do
you know what?
read a lot? How do you get?
I do read a lot.
How do you decide like what your next interest area is? Like where you?
I'm
like,
always just following whatever interests me, but I was like totally a weirdo for that for so long.
really.
Yeah, like in high school, people thought I was like kind of weird because I was like interested in weird stuff. And I was like, nobody would talk to me about it. And now people are like, that's so cool, you know that. And I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, yeah, bitch. I like facts and shit.
I do like, I'm like a little autistic about facts, which is, I'm working on a new joke about how I'm like, people are always like, why do you know so many fun facts? I'm like, there's not enough World War II fun facts to erase the disappointment that I'm a daughter, not a son, Like, I'm like, it's always like a deflection or something. I'm like, I just don't want to talk about myself or something else.
Low key, I think that all of our interests are just to appease our parents.
Yes, 100%. And my parents are nerds.
Yeah.
And my parents like took me and my sister every year for the 4th of July, we would go to a different American city. Like Boston, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Detroit.
totally.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's so nerdy and
But I like
weird.
how they're billing it as like an American city. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Like we would go on like
just
the
you
like
traveling, actually.
we're traveling, yeah.
Just going around America.
but not like going to the beach.
Right.
Like
You're like,
going to,
let's
like-
go to an American city and go to the museum.
Let's go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Totally.
We did that. Why? But yeah, these are some Alfred Stieglitz photos. I wanted to show
Okay.
these
This is important.
because they're just interesting. New York.
Oh, they're
There's like
photos. Okay.
they're photos of early New York. Like it was kind of like at the point of industrialization.
Can we see this?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, they're so good.
You like that? You like that, viewer at home?
Mm-hmm.
You bitch. Fucking you like that shit?
It's cool to see New York at that time.
How do I spit in the mouth of the camera?
But yeah, so I just follow whatever interests, like whatever's like in front of me that I'm like following, like the Met. Like I was like,
Yeah.
people were interested in how I knew about the Met, so I like read a bunch of books about the Met.
Yeah.
And
Do you do facts on stage?
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I have an old bit about being a tour guide that I brought back that I was using to write new stuff about being a tour guide, but then I started using it as a crutch. So I need to stop doing that. But yeah, it's like a mix of tour guide stuff and personal stuff. So yeah, I do some fun facts.
Right.
And I make analogies.
That could be like an interesting niche. I feel like not a lot of comedians are like going with like fact sharing.
Totally.
But also like everyone loves hearing facts. And if you can make them funny, it's like.
Yeah. People like facts.
We like learning about stuff. And I feel like the internet has totally like washed our brains of like anything.
Yes.
So now it's like when I'm hearing that you actually know things about like people in the world, I'm like,
well, it's fun to know stuff, but also I'm not an expert. Like I'm not actually like, I'm just like passionate and I look into it.
Right.
Like I'm always
you just like Google it.
I just Google it. Did I tell you about my ChatGPT thing?
No, what?
I asked ChatGPT.
Oh no.
What year the Metro card was introduced, because I knew it was in the 90s and I was making a video about it and I needed to have the year. And I asked what year. It said 1984. He said it was not 1984. No. It was 1994. That is bad.
That's deeply
So I was like, you're hallucinating. I said, bruh. And it said, yeah, it's 1984, bitch. And I said, you're hallucinating. It said, oops, sorry, it's 1994. I'm like, are we going to like lose history to this thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God.
It was bad.
It's
really
spooked
spooked me.
I use ChatGPT as my therapist, so that's also really bad.
Do you not have a therapist?
Yeah, I have a therapist.
Okay, good.
I have a therapist, obviously.
People are asking ChatGPT therapy questions.
I ask it therapy questions.
I've seen boys on the subway. I'm having a conflict with my roommate. Yeah.
Look,
Chris, it was you.
Can I just say something? I'm going to say
Never
something, and I know that everyone's going to be so mad at me for saying this.
Go for it.
In an hour of need, if you're really down bad, put yourself here. It's 2 a.m.
Okay.
You're crashing out.
It's 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m.
2
Why are you
a.m.
awake? Because you just finished a spot. And then you ate dinner at midnight. And so now you're still awake, but no one else is awake. And you are suddenly having feelings of, why did my ex leave me and I'm not enough? Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay? And was he
2
the one that
a.m.
got away? Right?
No.
I don't have that thought anymore.
Okay, good.
And yeah, but there were
But-
times you go through phases in your life.
Between the hours of 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., what I'm thinking in my thoughts, that's none of my business.
Yeah, that's actually such a true point.
But 2 a.m., you're having those thoughts.
So it's, yeah.
And so then you go.
And then I go, well, no one's awake. I can't call a friend.
Yeah.
Which would be the normal right thing to do, to just be like, wait, let's not
crash
here.
out.
Or like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I should probably be able to just like not be like, oh, it's this none of my business, whatever these brain thoughts are, because they're intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
And then I just go, hey, chat.
Hey.
How do you get over a friends to lovers arc that didn't turn into anything?
What did it say?
I don't remember, but it was helpful because it was a long time ago that I was doing
What
this.
did you ask? What do you do about a friends to lovers arc that turned into nothing?
Yeah.
And then chat goes, are you talking about us?
Chat's like, I will be over there so fast.
ChatGPT like would be a good lover. It's always reciprocating.
You can't say that. That's
it's
like
always reciprocating.
No, I know it's yes
always
anding.
matching.
But maybe it's teaching us. Maybe that's a valuable lesson just to learn from what like human behavior it studied that like made it good AI.
I know.
Is like it's actually the secret to like getting along with people is just being like totally. And you know what else? Like just being like a little positive. Just being like a little positive when someone says something.
Yes.
And then just like
100%
reiterating what they said first.
Yes.
And be like, I totally hear you. And like you're saying like blah 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 blah. Well,
and
guess
referencing what they're saying, using their name.
I think because people,
I'm like this. I actually
it's like super simple.
If you want to talk about what I'm an expert in, fucking people
manipulation,
people appealing, and kind of a little.
It is
bit,
a little manipulation.
but tour guiding
is that.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I got
so many.
I got human nature on lock.
What are your tricks?
Name.
People
are always like, I'm bad at names. It will make such a difference in your life
if you just say someone's name.
Get good at people's names, and it's like enough.
But
to
you have a brain where you retain things.
I think maybe, but I also think it just helps life. It makes your life so much better, and it makes people feel seen. I think also. So when I was like in high school and middle school, I was like, people were kind of mean to me sometimes. Cool. That's fine. But that's good.
It was good.
It's good for you now.
Good.
Yes. It's good for me now.
But I'm sure I felt bad at the time.
Totally felt bad. But I kind of feel like you can control how you make people feel a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of like seen and heard and felt. And I didn't feel very seen or, I felt very like people were mean to me.
Yeah.
So I'm always about like,
trying to make sure that everyone feels
like included and awesome and like part of the vibe. And I think that really like people are so drawn to that because they like want to feel that way.
Yeah.
So when you're like all about that, they're like, okay. And it just changes the vibe. I'm trying to think of what else. Like, I mean, I learn with groups, I'll like ask people where they're from. There's certain questions you ask people, and then from there, what they share, it will reveal so many things about their personality and their likes and their interests. Where they're from is one big one. What they do for work. If they're a teacher, then like they'll want to participate. If they're like an accountant, they don't want to talk about work, and they like, I don't know. It's just like random things you kind of glean.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because I think that I'm a genius at reading people because of it. I mean, not always, but like first impressions and like, you know, you get to know people in 2 hours.
Stand-up helps a lot with that.
100%.
Just being in front, when you're in front of a new group all the time, you get such a crazy sample size of like what human behavior is and like what people are like. And
crowd work is like that. Crowd work where people are like, oh my God, crowd work is amazing. You're like, actually, it's kind of like a magic trick.
It is a little bit of a magic trick.
Because people are the same.
People are, and people
you know?
dress and look and move in a way that suits the thing that they identify with.
100%.
And then because, I mean, there aren't that many things. You know, Lucas Zelnick, I think he said this on the podcast forever ago when he was on, but he is like a crowd work king. Obviously, like that's his bread and butter.
And he's really good at it.
He's very good at it. But he can look at someone. He feels very confident in his ability to look at someone and tell you exactly what their job is.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And he's really
good at it. Yeah. Yeah.
Like just by
looking at someone.
Looking at them. Because because he's done that
so many times.
That he's then now understanding the patterns of what those associations are.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
It is fascinating. Well, it's also like one time when I was working at a corporate job, we had a big conference, and my job was to be the handler of the mentalist who was on the floor of the conference, reading people's minds.
And you were
handling him. And I was handling him.
Yeah.
Dream job. And it was crazy. And I was just like walking around with him as he like did mind tricks on people.
Yeah.
And oh my God, like we're all the same. Like people were like, he would do these tricks where he would be like, okay, think of a place you like love going to and it's like your favorite place on earth, and it's going to be my phone background. And like 8 times out of 10, it was fucking Paris. Like people are boring. And people thought that he was reading their minds, but he was just, because I saw
he was just playing statistics.
You're just playing statistics. Like that's what I was learning. I was like, you're just playing statistics. It's not that hard. And he must have a trick for like if it's different.
Yeah.
But he like makes them believe he's reading their mind when really we're all just basic. I feel like that's similar to Lucas, where I'm like, he's probably he's able to statistically, who's coming to his shows, who's coming out on a Friday night in what area, and what demographic they're coming from, and then the clothes they're wearing. Like it's all a elimination game to get to the answer. Right. And it's pretty easy to tell. I also do think though, on an optimistic level, I am always open to people surprising me. Yeah. Which they do a lot.
They do a lot.
The stories I shared today. ICU nurse for Jackie O?
What?
Could never have seen that coming.
No. That's cool.
It was cool.
I think, it's important not to like overly assume about people, but I think that there is also another positive thing with us sort of having the same brain or like having similar things, like things in common, like to the Paris example. It's like, you could look at that and be like, oh, that's a little boring. I think it's also like, it's kind of,
it's not boring
or
it's basic.
Just be like,
like,
I think it's just, there's like a lot of
predictable.
It's a cool place.
It's a cool place.
Cool place.
Love us.
But I don't know. I think it's cool to know that we have way more in common on like every level than we think.
100%.
And I think we get really distracted by the differences.
Yeah.
But when in actuality, like
we're all
there's so much that's
human
the
nature.
same.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I've learned in stand-up and like the internet, because the internet reaches so many people.
I know.
It's like the things that people resonate with sort of surprise me, but also don't. Like it's like,
I know.
It
is kind of shocking. But then you're like, if I like this, then
Right, exactly. It's like the more, I mean, I'm firmly in the camp of like the specific begets the universal. That's like kind of how I create in general.
Specific.
So like the more specific examples that I go into in my life, like, oh, my boyfriend did XYZ yesterday, right? Like that
bought me flowers
happened.
and brought soup.
Right.
Yeah.
And but I mean, that's even generic, but like, I don't know, like I made a video about this one didn't go huge, but like I made a video about how my boyfriend took a bite of a frozen thing of cookie dough
Oh yeah.
in my fridge.
Love.
And then like you get a bunch of comments like, oh yeah, my boyfriend
Does that too? That's so random.
and like the internet goes to people where like they're gonna identify with it, but that's so funny.
Isn't that
like
freaky that it does that though?
yeah.
How does it do that?
Yeah.
How does it know which girl has a boyfriend who does that?
Well,
Freaky.
but also just the way that we feel about certain
Yeah.
things, like how we respond to certain situations, like we
Yeah.
all have similar.
Yeah. We're also in this like really weird surveillance state where everything's measured. Sorry, not to get all freaky with
No,
it,
get
but it's
freaky on
great.
it.
It's kind of, it is a little freaky.
What do you mean by that?
Well, just like every interest, like that was like the original meta predictions model was if you like cats, then you're gonna like this show Peacock is putting out, kind of thing. Like stuff like that, where they can like predict and measure. I mean, that's what their advertising model is based off of. Is like, how can we? And I think like there was like use of it by Obama's campaign in 2008. It was like the first real use of it, where they clustered interests and built a model to predict what their political interests would be or predict like political leanings. And it's like, but
crazy.
Not to get crazy with it. But I'm interested in that stuff.
But also as they do that, then it becomes self-fulfilling because then you start hearing more of the things that then push you into the thing that then you agree with, but then you're only hearing that. So then of course you agree with it because that's the position that it becomes a sort of.
I am fearful of like monoculture with like AI and like stuff where like everything looks the same. There's like no original thinking.
Well, that was like,
and like every movie is based off of a musical. What's that about?
Yeah.
Or
musical,
versa.
yeah. Movie on Broadway. I agree.
You know?
Yeah. I think also, there's like an ad for ChatGPT that's going around right now that I saw that was like, it was like a person typing in like, what should I make for like a casual night in from cooking for my like third date, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my God, totally. And then I thought about it and I was like, oh, so ChatGPT is arbitrarily deciding what the best
third date meal
is, when in reality it's like that's not. So then everyone on a third date is gonna have the same meal.
Because it's also how like I don't really get this, but I kind of know like it's a language model. So anything that's put into it, it then takes like that. Now going forward, it'll know what the best third date thing is, and it's going to be the same, right? Is that what you're saying? I think.
Well, I'm like, if you're not going to specialize it to, like, you're not going to give. If I type it in, it's going to give me pasta. If you type it in, it's not going to give you soup. Like it's going to give you pasta. Like it's going to be like casual, you know?
Yeah, that is crazy, and it's taking like critical thinking.
Right, exactly, and it's like, or
boy
why
on
don't
Subway.
you think about. Yeah, boy on Subway. How do I talk to my roommate?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's brutal, but it is a useful tool. Like I'm also kind of like I'm not like extreme, like it should go away. But it's like if the founders of it are screaming from the rooftops, we should regulate this when it first comes out. We should probably listen to them because now they're not saying it because they're making a bunch of money.
Right. So it's a little.
But whatever. That's why I read a book.
That's above my pay grade.
It is above my pay grade, but I will make fun of it.
Yeah.
And at least that's what we do.
Is we make fun of it.
In comedy and tour guiding, Sam Altman, come and get me. I don't think I can be replaced by AI. I don't think. Right? Comedy can't.
Comedy can't.
It's too in person.
People don't want to hear a robot talk.
Yeah.
Maybe some people would be okay with it, but I think by and large, I think
right. It's
I
like
think the
a live
consumer
experience.
Is smart, and I think it will make everyone so depressed to lose that.
Yeah, I don't think AI can do comedy, and I don't think AI can be a tour guide.
AI can't have feelings, and as a person with a lot of feelings, as aforementioned this entire podcast,
AI can't get its period.
AI can't
and some
literally
of the
get this period in the middle of Friend Crush podcast featuring LizaBanks. Like that's not,
dude.
AI can't free bleed in Midtown Manhattan.
AI cannot free bleed.
That's
AI wishes it could free bleed. It can't, and that
can't.
is the difference between us and AI.
That's what I'm saying.
AI can't have an IUD. And let me tell you, AI will never feel the feelings of having a copper
wire shoved in your cooch.
Yeah. It won't feel that.
I'm going to get another one.
Yeah. I'm not on birth control.
I'm not either.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Really?
Yeah. I feel better.
I'm not.
I mean, yeah, I know it's like, and we're both
But then
in
I do high highs,
relationships.
low lows. I know.
High highs, low lows for sure. But
So
I
that's
was having PMDD when I was on birth control,
Oh, and you're not now?
and I don't have it now.
But you're on the
without-
pill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm scared, but I do need to get on it.
Something, right?
Something.
Just get something in the mix.
Something in the mix. Well, I've taken enough Plan B to kill a pack of wild horses. So. Oh, really? I've been my embarrassment. Listen to this.
That's so crazy.
It was crazy.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I had a joke that did not work for so long. Maybe I should bring it back. But there was like, you could buy Plan B at my college at the college pharmacy, and it was like $10. And Plan B costs like $50.
Yeah.
So like, more than once, I took it. Boy would Venmo me, and I'd make a small profit. I'd make like $40
every time he comes inside you.
Oh man. Yeah,
You know what? And I get that that's your right.
Yeah, and that's my right. And then I would have it, and then I just would stock up on it and have it on hand. Which one time my friend came home and like had a bad experience and was like home. She was like crying, and I was like her Plan B fairy godmother. I was
You're
like,
how
"Wait,
many do you want?
We don't even have to go to CVS.
I have some.
I have some. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I was like going back to that.
I've never
time.
taken a Plan B.
Really.
Swear to God.
Honestly, I don't know. I like became numb to it. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. It was always the same. It was just chill or whatever.
Yeah, I just never.
There was so much going on in college. I like don't think I could even discern what was going into my body. I was also really. I mean, I was being an athlete was kind of like a little bit fucked up. Like you were just like constantly in pain.
Right.
You know?
You're just kind of going for it.
Yeah, 40 hours a week. I think 20 hours a week. Sorry, 20 hours
training.
A week. Yeah,
And-
20 hours a week.
And then the games on top of that.
Yeah, and then like classes and stuff too, which was like
Yeah, that's a
brutal.
lot.
It was a lot. I'm having a problem with getting up in the morning, and I used to get up at 6 a.m. every day, and I'm like, why am I having this problem? But I can't get up in the morning.
Well, because of stand up.
It's because of stand up at night, but like I want to get up at like 8 and like get going, but I
Yeah.
cannot get up before 9:30. It's like I'm addicted. I like
No, I could never get up before 9:30.
I like want to. I want to be that person.
My goal this year was to get up before 10,
That's good.
and it's been going well.
Good. It does
But-
it feels good to get up in the morning and go. You
Yeah,
know?
I guess.
I guess. I don't know.
Also feels good to get sleep.
It does feel good to get sleep, and it is a tough time of year. I think once
once the sun
once
comes
it's
back out,
warmer,
it'll be kind of like.
but I
fine.
just yeah, I miss getting up in the morning and being productive,
Mhm.
but I can't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Anyway, that's good.
yeah,
Okay, wait. So I wanted to bring up what?
dating,
Dating.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
wait. Okay, so one thing that we haven't really done on this podcast yet is
Mhm.
talk about my bread and butter, which is dating. Like we've talked about it like ad hoc, and obviously I share my own stories and like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I've never really dug into it with a guest.
Yes.
And I want to hear. Okay,
Okay.
this is maybe like a hack question. I don't know. What's like. Okay, wait. Maybe this is a better. I was gonna say what's your worst date, but that's hack. I want to.
Mhm.
I want to ask you. Okay,
Mhm.
what's the best date you've ever been on?
Oh, the best date I've
Yeah.
ever been on. Oh my god, I had my bad dating story ready. to
Really?
go.
You
Yeah.
can share your bad dating story. We all want to hear it.
I had a
obviously,
crazy.
but-
Yeah, let me think of a good date story. Oh God, have I ever been taken on a good date?
No, literally.
I've been in a relationship
As
for
a
5
girl,
years.
like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
one-
because also this is an interesting person to start with on this line of questioning
Because
because
I've-
you've been in a relationship for 5 years.
my whole life.
Yeah, and you've lived together.
And we lived together. Yeah. Bad date. One time I was a camp counselor in Alabama.
That's insane.
Roll Tide. My
Okay.
mom's from there.
Oh,
Yeah. And it was like a camp I went to as a kid, and then I was a counselor. And there was a boy camp,
obviously.
and there was a dance across camps.
Yes.
And this counselor was wearing like a JMU shirt, and it was in Alabama. So I was like, oh, he's from Virginia or something. And we like chatted, and then he asked me on a date. And I was like, cool, it's a cute boy, whatever.
Yay.
We go on a date. It was weird. It was strange.
Because how old were you?
I was probably 18 or 19. And then, yeah, the date was like fine. It was not bad, but it was just like not the vibe. And he like tried to kiss me in the parking lot as he dropped me off, and I was like, no. And unfortunately, the whole camp knew about this because it was like the talk of the
Yeah,
camp.
it's camp. Yeah.
It's camp. So I have one last night out, and he like asked me out on another date, and I was like, nah. And then there's always bad service. It's up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And I think he like tried to text me or something, but I was already like back at camp on this last night out. I wake up the next morning, the camp director like pulls me out of the staff meeting and is like, where were you last night? And I was like, I went to like a night out and then came back. And she was like, well, your little boyfriend was in the stables last night asking for you. He like snuck onto the camp, all girls camp, went to the horse stables and like was drunk and was like,
How did he get drunk? Were you drunk?
I don't know. No, I wasn't drunk. And we didn't see each other that night. Like we'd see each
Oh.
other like the week prior. And then he asked me out again. And I said no.
Oh,
But
and then
also
he
there was like a miscommunication because like,
LizaBanks.
and he just shows up to the camp, which is a
okay.
huge breach of security.
Right.
And it was like the fattest man I've ever seen in my life was the security guard. And he
Cool.
was fully asleep on the couch or like on the porch. I
Totally.
think he had a little pistol though. And so
Okay.
then the director, the
Alabama.
the husband of the director of the camp, and that guy got into like a fight with this kid who was like stuck onto the camp. And so basically she thought she was gonna fire me. And then I was like, I had nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Just 3 men fighting.
First of all, believe women.
believe women.
That has nothing to do with
So
you.
that was like probably like my most botched, like wild, crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
need to think of a good date.
pretty chill though.
It was chill, but
In
it was
terms of-
like
I mean, it's
scary.
eventful. It's like that's
Yeah.
like borderline like duel.
Yeah.
It's like why was there a duel at the camp?
Too much testosterone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also like why was a drunk boy able to get
Into the
into the
stables and like he made it pretty far and then
I made it pretty far. Yeah. And I
and
don't
what was
know.
his end game plan?
And also, wouldn't you know that I was not there? Like I
in
was
the stables?
in the stables.
Yeah, he's
I wasn't
like
riding a horse. I wasn't hiding. I'm like,
did
I
he
don't
know where your bunk was? Was he like trying to get there?
It's a pretty big camp. No, I don't think he knew
Yeah.
that. I don't think he. Yeah, because the stables were completely separate. There was like a river dividing the camp, and I was on the other side of the river. In a
Oh.
way, metaphorically and physically. I'm trying to think of a good date. Do you have a really good date story? Have you been taking on a good date?
A good date? Yeah, I've been taking on some good dates. Mostly with my current situation.
What was the best date he's taken you on?
I think the sweetest was early on. We were apart for a bit because we started dating like right before the holidays.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I was like on vacation. I was doing shows and in Europe for 2 weeks, and then I came back. Anyway, so we like then we were finally like back right before Christmas, and we're like making the most of our like 3 or 4 days together before we like depart again for the holidays. And he had texted me while I was away, and he was like, would you, and this is early in our relationship, so I didn't, it's kind of
Just
like we're
started.
we weren't official.
I was gonna say you weren't dating yet.
And he was like, would you help me pick out gifts for my mom and my brother? Like when you get back, like, would you want to go like Christmas shopping with me?
Oh my God, that's so cute.
And I was like,
yeah. That's really sweet.
Because also
that's an
it was-
early indicator. Whatever the
Yeah.
opposite of recession indicator, that's like
It was, like-
relationship indicator.
Yeah, like bullish. Wait, bearish?
Bullish, yeah,
That was
bullish.
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 We're bullish on that.
We were bullish on
And I was-
relationship status.
Yeah, so then we like
Yeah.
went around Soho and like popped into some stores and like we're
Fun.
shopping, and it was really sweet because I was like, oh, he like wants my opinion.
Yeah.
And, like
What did he get for his mom?
like a bag and like a nice, it's just something that she like had asked for.
Okay,
and
yeah.
then, like yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, they were both like things that he like knew what he was gonna get, but he just wanted
Okay.
to like help
Have
picking
somebody
out like
helping
the
the
like,
colors
the
and-
type and the
Yeah.
That's
That's awesome.
and yeah, and then so we did that,
Mhm.
and then we had like a really fun time like talking to like the store associate and like
Yeah.
goofing around, and I was like, we've been together for 2 years. He's always like this, like
Really?
doing bits.
Yeah, you make it up.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're just
yes,
like yeah,
yes.
because it's like insane that we're doing this together because we've known
100%.
each other for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And so then that
Yes.
was fun. And then he took me to a really nice dinner at one of his favorite restaurants after. And I was
And
like,
he's gotta have good taste in restaurants.
yeah.
Yeah.
He has never picked a bad restaurant.
Love.
I think in the time that we've been dating, I think I've picked one restaurant.
Really?
Just period. Because he
kind
just
of
picks
relaxing.
so relaxing.
I always have to pick the place.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I do.
So there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes I'm like, do research and find your time to place.
Yeah.
Because if you like want to go to a place, like
Yeah.
sometimes it's like a lot of pressure. Where you're like,
I have to pick the place.
I have to pick the place. But for the most part, it's chill.
Right.
One time when we were first dating, we went to Philadelphia together, and it was really fun. And I don't know if we were dating yet, but I was doing shows, and he just like decided to come. We got like a hotel, and it was like 2 a.m, We were having cheesesteaks, and it was really hot, like Hades level hot, like 104 degrees in Philadelphia at like 2 a.m. It was crazy. And he goes, "You want a fake fight?" I was like, "Are you kidding?"
What?
It was so bizarre, and it got me so riled up. We like started fighting, but it was kind of funny. But it was kind of random. I just have a vivid memory. That's just something you just said reminded me of that.
In a good way? Did you liked it?
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't. I mean, I was like, no, we're not fake fighting. We like barely know each other. Like, what if somebody intervenes?
Yeah.
And then he was like, it was kind of a joke, but it was kind of funny. But it was also kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And then you were like, let's do this for 5 more years.
Yeah. And now we do not have to fake the fight. No, we don't fight that much. We don't fight in public.
I can't really picture you guys fighting actually at all.
Yeah, we don't fight that much.
Just like personality wise.
Yeah, I'm pretty chill.
You're pretty chill. He's pretty chill.
He's pretty chill.
He's got a pretty low key demeanor.
He's very low key. Yeah, the only thing we fight about is like chores.
Yeah,
like who's doing the dishes.
Like take out the trash.
Yeah, literally. Which is what happens when you're in a relationship for 5 years.
And then like live together. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's more of a clean freak than me. And I'm a clean freak.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I feel like it's really important to date someone that is the same level of mess as you.
100%. Yeah.
And that's
it's very important.
Yeah.
Are you guys the same level of clean? I feel like you are.
I think we are. Yeah. I think we're kind of the exact same level of clean.
Yeah, where it has to be cleaned up.
It has to be cleaned up, but like I think we both I'll like cut corner. Like I'll leave the dishes overnight.
Yeah, see, I'm the same way. Where I'm like for the most part, like before I leave the house for the day, I'll try to have everything trash, dishes, surfaces clean.
Yeah.
But that night
I'm like, ugh,
if I have a dessert and I don't have a dishwasher, I leave the cookie thing.
Yeah.
And he cannot handle that.
Yeah.
That's
also
annoying.
like I'll leave some, like I have a pile of clothes on my floor right now.
Okay.
They're clean because I was picking up my outfit. You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then
totally.
like he'll have like clothes on the floor.
Okay.
And I'm
good.
like, honestly, that's kind of nice
Chiller.
to see because I also have clothes on my floor right now.
Perfect. Amazing. Yeah.
And like,
also, it's like with our like lifestyle, it's kind of hard to like keep it.
Everything's
away.
so.
Everything is crazy.
I'll cry again.
Don't cry. You ever like wake up though and be like, oh my God, I'm like doing it?
I haven't in a while because it doesn't feel like I am. Even though I am, I literally went to sold out.
You're doing it, girl.
We did the sold out Bell House show last night, so I feel like I am.
Come on,
dog.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Sold out Bell House show last night. You guys, thank you so much for coming. It was so much fun.
That's
Connor
awesome.
killed and everyone on the lineup killed. It was great. And
how much time did you guys do?
We each did like 20 at the end, then we riffed up top.
Perfect.
Gorgeous.
Was there someone who opened for you guys?
Yeah, we had 3 comics. We had
nice.
John Rudnitsky. We had Wally Barham and Mary Shalaby.
Love.
Incredible lineup.
Wait, that's amazing. John is so funny.
John's so funny.
He's so funny.
He's a friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
He's been on the podcast. He wants to come on and do a redemption. I'll plant the seed now. We're gonna have him back because he.
Did he do something?
No, he was like sad clown before. That was like the theme of the episode.
Okay.
And then since we are on a very similar relationship timeline because he met his current girlfriend like right when I met my boyfriend.
Beautiful.
And we like have been together like whatever.
Seen each other.
And then I like met them together like whatever. I met her and saw him out. And we were like, just whatever. And he is like so happy now.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it's like
oh my God,
before
awesome,
he was
kind
like
of restless.
Yeah,
you could kind of tell.
Yeah, he needs.
Is he like a relationship guy? Because I mean, I can kind of see that.
Kind of, but he's kind of just like he's like me. Like we're both just like psycho.
Yeah, he seems more. I guess. Maybe I'm too close to you to be like, you're psycho. But he does seem psycho.
Yeah.
I don't even really know him that well. Sorry.
John.
I don't know him that well at all. But everything.
No, but he's not like psycho. He's just like, I mean, I guess I said that first. But like.
You said that first.
I said that about, like, I just mean like emotional, like, I'll talk to him about it. But.
Yeah, so you need to bring him back because he was sad.
Because he was sad and now he's like so hype and he wants to do like a redemption episode.
Cool. That's good because also we need happy people because right now everybody's sad.
Everyone's sad because it's freaking cold.
I think I'm really mad at that guy.
Which guy?
What's that fucking motherfucker's name? That goddamn groundhog?
Oh, Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney, that
Punxsutawney Phil?
Phil. That's his name.
Actually,
you know Phil?
The night before Groundhog's Day.
I just didn't know you were talking. I was like, what guy is she talking
No,
to?
Punxsutawney Phil.
I'm mad at him.
I have been on, wait, is it 6 more weeks of winter?
Yeah.
You know it's only right 30% of the time, right?
Yeah. No.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But I'm just mostly just like, we're in that part of winter that is like, there's no end in sight because it's February and March we have to get through. Only until we get to April do we feel like
okay, we
can relax.
So I think midway through March, you start to get a little
bit. There's
juice.
like a saying like March comes howling like a lion and leaves light as a lamb or something like that. Fucking stupid.
Okay.
Stupid.
Do you want any relationship advice for me?
Yes.
Do you have anything?
Do I have any for you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to talk about?
You have some for me?
I don't have any. Well, I guess I'm like the least. Do you want bad takes on dating from me?
Yeah, that's a funny idea.
That is
bad takes.
Well, that's what I'm doing on my shows now.
Oh yes,
the bad takes.
Oh yeah,
on
you said that was
dating.
good last week, right?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah.
I have
Show me the
some-
clip. Yeah.
And the world will see it shortly.
Perfect.
As soon as this is over, but yeah.
Yes.
The
world needs
bad dating.
bad takes on relationships. It's such a funny universal thing. I don't have any advice. I think one piece of advice that I've heard that I actually regularly try to get my partner to adopt is don't keep score.
Oh, totally.
And I think that's a really good piece of advice because I think once you start keeping score, it's over. And he does keep score a lot, but
yeah.
But I'm always like, let's not do that because we can just like, I don't know.
Yeah, because then you just have to like appreciate what people already are bringing to the table.
Yeah, and not bring stuff back up or like be like, oh,
Yeah.
you didn't do this, so I'm not going to do this. Like once you get into that, it just becomes like,
yeah,
really tough. So I think not keeping
and
score.
then it becomes like a race to the bottom because you're like, well, I don't want to do more than they're doing, you know. And it's like I don't want to out.
Once you
It's
start
like, that's
doing
not really
it,
like a
yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of like a longer term relationship thing
sure
that comes up, but I think in terms of longevity, I think that's like super helpful.
Yeah. I think if that ever comes up in my current relationship, he will bury me. He is constantly doing things for me, and I don't know how.
See,
I'm ever
and
gonna
that's the
do
thing,
anything
but
for
that's
him.
why you can't do it because
Yeah.
it's like you
I
know.
literally was like I wrote him a poem. Read it.
Read it. Read it. Read it. There's tissues. It's fine. Read it.
I not only did I write him a poem, I wrote because I write poems a lot, like for me, and I wrote.
Oh sure. Oh, I
Hey.
write poems all the time.
Hey, that's beautiful.
And
How did you deliver it?
we laid together, and I read them to him.
You laid together and then.
He held me.
Sorry, this is
while I
a
read- while I read
heterosexual
him
relationship,
Wow.
or it is
We're both gay
heterosexual?
for each other or
Wow.
something. I don't know. Isn't
How
that
long was
crazy?
this? How many lines was this poem?
It was 3 poems.
3 poems?
Yeah, they're short. I mean,
An odyssey.
So what is how many lines, give or take?
maybe like 20 lines.
I
per
would
poem.
I would pay you
Per
$50
poem.
to
I heard
read
the per
one
poem.
line.
Per poem.
20
per
lines
poem.
per poem. I heard that.
20 lines per poem, so 60 lines total. What do we got to do to get one line of context?
No, let's get a little bit more than 1. Let's get like 2.
Okay,
think
wait. Let me
one-
see. Let me see if there's anything we can even remotely share. That wouldn't be like so humiliating.
Oh my
for
god,
me.
that's amazing.
It's 2.
I think a one line out of
one
context.
line. Okay, well, there's one.
Because we don't have to. It doesn't have to be lucid.
Okay, you're so true.
You know.
Well, this one I can tell you like the thrust of this one. Wait, okay.
Ooh, that kind of poem, huh?
We're getting into some smut here. Heated Rivalry Season 2.
Oh god, this is so. This is like actually so. Okay, so Okay, I'll read the end of this one. Okay, it's this one. I like this one. It's about. So it's like, you know, like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Mm-hmm.
So like basically it starts with like, I like to wait for the other shoe to drop, but it appears you only have one shoe, and you handed it to me like it was nothing, like you didn't have any doubt that you wanted me to have it.
Love.
I know. And then the end of it, there's like a lot of metaphors and bullshit in the middle, right? And it's super sappy.
It's poem.
Yeah.
And I think you keep the personal stuff to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I go, and then the end is, and now I'm standing across from you, holding your shoe, your toes wiggling joyfully in the wind as if you've never stepped on a twig or a nail.
Oh.
And I'm sure you have, but I don't see any here. What if they're not in our meadow?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it called our meadow?
No, it's called The Other
The
Shoe.
The other shoe. The
It's called
other shoe.
Other Shoe.
Other shoe.
Yeah.
baby shoes, never worn.
Yeah, no, exactly. Shoes are really powerful.
Shoes are
in
powerful.
literature.
I like that. That's so cute.
In literature,
That's amazing. That's so intimate. Thank you for sharing with me.
Yeah, now I feel like we're in a relationship because I just sort of shared that.
Poetry is intimate.
Poetry is super intimate, and it was very intense. Read. I don't think I've ever done that. Like I write poems all the time to like process my own feelings, but I don't to like literally like look at someone and be like, this is how I feel about you. But I've also never But also there's like a lot of nuance that I feel like I can get at with poetry that I feel like I can't if I'm just like, I like you.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's so much more than that.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I like you, but I'm also so fucking scared right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm thinking about everything that's ever gone wrong in my life.
Yes.
I'm thinking about how my parents treated me. I'm thinking about like it's just like the most
that one time that boy kissed me in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about the first time I got fingered. Like what do you mean? Like it's just like so much, and especially early in a relationship when you're like really
I read
just
a poem about the first time I was ever fingered. It's called Fingernail.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sorry. That was gross.
No, but we needed that.
Yeah. But bad.
Anyway, so that's like, and it's also a lot for
it's good for processing emotions.
That's why I like to write them.
Did he know that you
stuff?
I write prose, but I don't write a lot of poetry. But I was in high school, I was like the editor-in-chief of my literary magazine.
So many hats on this girl.
So many hats. I was all about, I know high school I was like sporty, but also like had some artsy stuff there.
Yeah.
Like the newspaper it was called The Damon. But we would read poetry and prose. And I was the prose editor. And then my friend was the poetry editor. Oh, and so we got to read. Nice. It was interesting to read poetry and like anonymously.
Yeah.
You didn't know who wrote it. And
that's
then
cool.
whoever, the best one got in.
That's kind of cool too, because I feel like poetry can feel so personal. So it's like nice to be able to maybe anonymize it a little bit. That's like why I don't post it or publish it.
I know, I think that would be cool though. I mean, I know cool. I completely understand why you wouldn't.
If I'm not like, if I were in the right forum for it.
Yeah.
Like if I were like a poetry reading of some kind.
You could go to one of those.
I could do that.
And kind of anonymously. Because
I think it wouldn't be like me.
Totally.
I'm crying again.
Yeah, crying again. We did this thing at Damon where we would read, like it took like all year. We'd pick pieces. People would submit pieces. We'd remove their names. And then we'd pick the pieces that got in the magazine. And then we would do it one night before we started editing the magazine where we'd read the names. Like we'd read the piece and then we'd read the names, who wrote them. Mm-hmm. And it was like this big reveal. Yeah. And it was so interesting because some of those poems were so personal, but you had no idea who they were. And then all of a sudden it kind of colored it. It was like always crazy. Like sometimes like boys would have poems in there that you were like, oh my God.
Like, holy cow.
But the anonymous reading of them. But that's really cool that you write poetry. I love that.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's helpful to have other creative expressions. I take a lot of photos. That's like and it's one of those things where I'm never going to pursue any commercial.
Yeah.
It's just a thing I do to enjoy. Yeah.
And that's really nice to have something that's sort of protected from like, this has to be something.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just how I feel. It's just an expression, like a pure expression of something.
Yeah. And that's why I know so much about Alfred Stieglitz. Because I'm like interested in photography.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he's kind of the OG. He's like the father of American photography a little bit. But he's an asshole. So...
Well, he's a cheater.
He's a cheater.
He's a man.
He's a man. He's not very nice. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But he like did all this he did significant things. And like Paul Strand was another guy who was big at that time. He was not. I don't think he was an asshole. I think he was nice. Huh. But yeah, I like photography.
That's good.
Daniel Arnold, street photographer in New York. I saw him once. I said, "Hey, big fan of your work." Kept walking.
He kept walking, or you kept walking?
I kept walking.
That's good.
He was in the middle of a shoot,
actually.
actually.
So then there you go. But
yeah.
He probably doesn't get recognized a lot. That would probably be...
I think he does. I think he's kind of famous. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But maybe not. I mean, I think...
That seems like a deep cut to
It's kind of a deep cut. It's like very niche. But that's cool when you see your deep cut. Like you're like,
ooh.
Yeah,
that's
Daniel
sick.
Arnold is my deep cut. I met one of my favorite photographers recently, and we're mutuals. And yeah, it was really fun.
Brag?
Huh?
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, oh my God.
Where were you?
I was at Zoran's inauguration.
Cool.
Yeah.
Real who's who of New York.
Real who's who. And they don't live in New York anymore. They live in LA.
Oh.
But we've like been mutuals on Instagram for a few years.
Oh.
And it was like, I was like, oh my God. And he was like, hey. And I was like, ah. But yeah, that place, talk about a good place to pick up singles.
No,
you ever
good.
just...
This episode is probably the most chaotic episode I've ever...
Really?
It's very emotionally all over the place.
Perfect.
And I'm really glad I think it's because I feel safe with you. Because we're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends, like actually friends.
And I'm like a huge fan.
Stop.
Well, you know that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But that's really nice.
That like, you know that I'm like, I think I was actually thinking about this today because I was excited about coming. And I was like, I think it's really nice to have friends, female friends that are like supportive and you're both ambitious and you can like talk about it openly.
Ugh,
It's huge.
So nice.
And New York is not like, New York has so many of those. There is not a shortage of women like that in New York, which is really cool.
But it can be hard.
It can be hard.
And I think women are naturally very competitive with one another.
Yeah.
So then to add any layer to that is like,
totally.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What's your most embarrassing moment? What's your most embarrassing moment, LizaBanks?
My most embarrassing moment?
Yeah.
God.
Throw that thing around.
Which one? One time I got pantsed as a kid.
Totally.
On the monkey bars. And I was wearing the wrong day underwear.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And everyone saw.
And talk about not believing women. I reported it. Not believed.
Shut up.
Isn't that crazy? Kind of totally transformed who I was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was fucked up.
What, did a boy pants you?
Yes, it was a boy. Lewis. Yeah. And I think he was just like, I mean, it was like after school.
He was like an impulsive.
I was monkey barn. Boom. I was wearing sweatpants. Yes.
So lucky the underwear stayed on.
I know.
That's my biggest fear too.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, can you imagine like getting pants and you no underwear?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other embarrassing things. It always involves me not having clothes on. In high school,
totally.
I went to a boarding school in my hometown.
But overnight?
Yeah.
Huh.
Everybody there, if you go there, you have to live there. 100% boarding. So
that's an interesting way to grow up.
Super interesting.
Kind of feel like we really glossed over that.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
We'll have you back.
Well, yeah.
Next episode we'll
talk about it.
Childhood.
This is the thing about the fun facts. You get to not know anything about me because I just...
Well, that's so true.
You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not shy about it. But it is kind of weird because when you say prep school, people think you're like some like annoying ass. You know the people who go to like a private boarding
they're
school?
usually just very like linear people in my experience.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those kids like come out and they turn into just like they're just on a path.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very interesting experience, but I did not feel, I felt like an outsider sometimes, but because I was from the town the school was in. So I was like very close to my parents, but I was like not living at home. And I played a bunch of sports, which is how we like kind of afforded to go there.
Okay.
But you know, we kissed boys there. It was boys and girls boarding school. And you have
there drugs?
Yeah, but not like that much.
Okay.
Or like girls didn't really do
Because I feel like a
them.
lot of
Yeah.
that gets pretty crazy.
Yeah,
over
there was actually some crazy shit that went down. The fucking, remember the Silk Road?
like in China.
Like the website. Remember the website, the Silk Road?
Was that for drugs?
Yeah, the dark web. People at my school were using it to like buy stuff. It was crazy. And then there was like a huge mailroom expose.
Oh my
things
God.
were coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. One time this guy used counterfeit money to buy like stuff at a vape store and he got arrested and he called a senior, like it was his dad or something. And like we all listened to the voicemail. There's some other crazy lore I can tell you that I'm like, I'm like,
Oh my God.
I don't want to get in trouble. But one time an embarrassing moment was like my English teacher walked in on me. I was in the orchestra room with a boy without my shirt on. That was embarrassing.
But cool for you, kind of a brag.
No, I
Did
did
you
not.
get in trouble?
No, we were both embarrassed because it's like your English teacher
Yeah.
is like having to be like, stop kissing in the next to the cellos, and you like are in your bra and you're like, fuck. I don't know. It's just like, ugh.
It's just,
And he
yeah.
was really nice and like I loved him, so I was like, I'm sorry, but you gotta get your freak on.
You
It's
got
high school.
It's freaky. It's a freaky time.
That's a tricky thing for the boarding schools because they're like kids
Right.
hooking up,
that is like, I mean, come on, no parents. And
Yeah.
you're just
right? Where did you hook up in high school? At your house or at people's houses?
Because
it's
parties,
yeah.
parties definitely.
Yeah.
Like so, like in the basement or like someone like parents weren't home, like some like people would go upstairs, whatever. Like
Yeah.
you know what's super fucked? Back in the day, Snapchat, people would
The location.
not the location. People would do this thing in my high school where they would
no.
open the door on people they knew were hooking up,
No.
take flash on photos and videos, and post them on their story.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was like early Snapchat, and so there was no
Fuck.
like etiquette or discussion about it. Was just
Yeah.
And then I remember there was one, and sometimes it was like kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just they're making out and like they're close, whatever. There was one that was like really, really bad, and the whole school saw it, and I was just like,
And it was them.
I remember
not
they were
just making out.
Yeah, and she was naked. She was like pretty naked, and I was like, that's like really bad.
Yeah, that's
It's
child.
I think they were 18.
Okay, but still a violation. That's like crazy.
Huge violation.
We were the great experiment. Like people are gonna look back at our age, and how Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Yik Yak.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember Yik Yak? Did you have that?
Yeah.
The like location thing.
Oh my god, yeah. Yik Yak was insane. It was like the wild, wild west of the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it was just totally.
There's a certain.
And there wasn't any. I mean, yeah, there was no etiquette. Like now, there's like thoughts of like, oh, this is okay, this isn't okay, but like,
there's still not though.
It's and it's
still
definitely
no regulation.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But like, picture even earlier.
I know. It was like the wild, wild west. That we talk about that all the time. Where it's like now it's the wild, wild west. No, back then it was the wild, wild west.
Yeah. But
and at least there was no sense of like, oh, I need to have a certain amount of like followers and stuff.
Yeah,
now
that
that's
was
so
fun.
prevalent.
Right. I mean, it's just like a totally different thing. It was like literally just to talk to everyone in your high school.
Yeah.
It was just
socializing.
fun.
It was fun.
It was just like,
But it was weird.
I'm on the beach.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of a shell.
Yeah. I remember one time in high school, freshman year, we had like this big football game every year, and we like didn't really drink. Or like at least freshman year, I was not drinking. But there was a picture of me with my friends, and I had a styrofoam cup in my hand, but it was not alcohol.
Yeah.
But I posted it, and then like years later, when I was like a junior, a teacher at my school referenced it, and I was like,
"What?
Whoa!" I'm at like
the internet is forever.
I guess it is forever, but also it was just like it felt very like retributional. Like I was like, "Hey, I wasn't drinking in that photo. I was just taking a photo of my friends."
Right.
It was really weird. It's still on my Instagram, but I didn't like that teacher anyway. Fuck her.
Yeah, that's kind of inappropriate. Why was she on your Instagram?
I know. Well, that's the thing is I'm like, hey, that's kind of weird. You're like looking at like my Instagram.
Student's Instagram. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Oh my God. Bro, a year ago I was not doing well. Working 4 jobs, nannying, tour guiding. But I'm not making and stand up. And I'm like, making like no money.
Okay.
And so then a recruiter reaches out to me to coach at a high school in New York, lacrosse. And it paid really well. And I was like, okay, if I do that, I can like quit nannying and take time off tour guiding and then like try to find a real job because I was just like so broke. I go through this whole interview process. I get the job. They send me like the offer. I sign the letter. I get onboarded with like their payroll and their background check.
Yeah.
Submit all the information for background check, including all my social media links. Now, I have a procrastinating problem. So when this happens, I'm like, I don't want to procrastinate this. I'm just going to like submit this all stuff. And then I'm like, send them an email because you didn't mention you were a comedian. Because it doesn't come up in the job interview because...
Yeah, why would it?
I'm coaching kids. Like, it's not relevant necessarily, but it is online. So I was like, okay, I should do that. And then I don't send the email, but I get the thing. A week later, I get an email. Your job offer has been rescinded because of your social media report. Now I get the background check back, like through the company that it is run through. They send it to me, so I like look at it. Social media report not attached. I call this company in Utah that ran it. I said, send me this fucking social media report.
Yeah,
I want to see what's on it. And also the school was like, if you'd like to hop on a call, like we can discuss or something. Which I was like, yeah, because I think I have a little bit of a wrongful termination case on my hands. Yeah, because it's like, why are you doing that? It was crazy. This social media report is all fully AI. Fully AI scraping everything that's ever been posted on me. Remember that sound on TikTok that was like, what are you gonna say to Joe Biden? Fuck your life, bing bong. Yeah. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I made a video with that when I was at Georgetown playing lacrosse, and I had like my Georgetown lacrosse sweatshirt, and I had like this, like fuck your life. Yeah. And that was like on the report. And I was like, wow, taken out of context. Yeah. So, and it had this sentence in the report where it said, LizaBanks online sentiment has been trending down. Words to live by. Truly amazing and no idea what they mean. No idea. Unbelievable.
Sounds sad, like bad, but like
sounds bad, but what does it mean?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
She's in her flop era.
I was in my flop era. Yeah, it was also funny. I should go find it because it was all before this stuff happened that I'm like, that's now like going well. Like it was January of last year. I get them on the phone. A month later, this woman tries so hard to avoid me. she tries so hard to not get on the phone, but I'm like, you got to tell me why I got fucking fired before the job even started. And she was like, she didn't give me any information. She did tell me they have a policy against Googling candidates. I'm like, why would you do that? I was like, didn't you know as a comedian? She was like, no, we can't Google candidates while they're interviewing. I'm like, oh, so you're dumb?
Wait, that's insane. You do a background check with your social media, but you don't Google before? What's the difference?
And also, what a waste of money. You do a social media background check after I've gotten the job offer.
Right.
Why would you not do it before I got the job offer? Why would you not ask me to submit this before? You sent me the job offer and I signed it. It was crazy. And I was not really upset about it, but I was just kind of shocked. But then thank God.
And it worked out.
It all worked out. But I was like, go fuck yourself. And I still ended up coaching. I coach a club team in New York. And I actually still do it because I love it.
Yay. How do you have time?
It's hard. I did in the summer, in the spring, in the fall, and then it starts in March.
Okay, so
it's
you're on a break.
The team that I coach, they're like 7th graders, and now they're 8th graders. And I wrote like a couple of their like letters of recommendation, which is really cute.
That's so fun. I feel like that must be so grounding to like hang out with kids.
Well, I'm doing it. I like if they were younger, I would probably stop doing it. But they're like this season, the spring season is their last season, and then they're gonna go to high school.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll see them through because I do love them. I love him. And then I had a huge falling out with one of the coaches. That's a whole other story. I feel like I'm hugging. But
no,
he was like a crazy guy.
I'm enjoying this ride.
He was a crazy guy. He was a crazy guy. This is last spring.
Okay.
And he was just like a huge piece of shit. Like
totally.
I feel bad talking shit, but like he was just a really not a nice guy.
Yeah.
And would kind of be late and like I was like, this is an example of how I'm a chiller. But then if you're not taking control, like I will, and I'll run the practices and whatever. But then if I ask you to like pick up the cones and you're a bitch about it, like it was kind of like one of those things where he was like clearly kind of threatened. He's a little bit older. I don't know. Coaching is his whole life. And I also was kind of like, that's weird.
Yeah.
You're a grown man. And coaching girls lacrosse.
It's
like I just don't like that. I don't like that. I have a weird
vibe is male gynecologist.
It's like
let's raise an oh
and
God,
it is like,
raise an eyebrow.
It is like a lucrative thing, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. We get into a screaming match one time, and he goes, as I'm walking away, he goes, "See you on Netflix, never." And I was like, awesome. Awesome.
Best you can do. See you on Netflix, never.
Well, I was also just like, wow, how embarrassing. Because I'd only before that mentioned stand-up once. Earlier in the season, that was like,
I love that he remembered though.
I
It's
was
so
like,
beautiful when
well,
boys listen.
Yeah. I was like, way to
he's
bring that up
obsessed with
now. Way to bring that up now. You think you're going to hurt me? I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You don't have no
that
idea.
becomes so funny immediately.
It was so funny.
See you on Netflix, never. If someone said that to me, I'd be like,
it was so funny.
it's over the top. You're just like, what?
It was so, and I was walking away and I was like, oh my God. Like, he's going to think about that all night. He's going to be like, got her ass. Got her ass. But I literally told him once that I did comedy because I was like, in case I'm not at practice, it's because I like do this thing.
Yeah.
And that was the only time we ever mentioned it. And then, when he was like, when I had like read him to filth and we got into it and I was like.
Boundaries were crossed.
Well, and that was the thing is that I had been so chill.
Yeah.
And I was like letting a lot of
like,
things slide. And then we got into this like riff on the sidelines. And then afterwards, I was like, dude, you are not like, you are unbelievably disrespectful to me. Like you're cursing in front of the kids. You like do all these things. And then he starts yelling at me and he gets into that like mode where he's like repeating himself, like a man repeating himself and won't let a woman talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then that's when I walked away. He goes, see you on Netflix. I was like, hilarious. Put it in the live. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Anyways, and I'm still with the team and I think he's still with the club, but I think
his whole life.
Yeah, it was his whole life.
His
no,
passion?
he does it. He has like he coaches like other like a high school privates.
Oh wow,
it's like his business. So I do understand.
So this is his life. In fact.
But I think he was totally threatened
by
100%.
Everyone's threatened by a young woman. They love to be threatened by a young woman.
It's hard to navigate.
Yeah,
because sometimes you're like, I just want to be myself, and I'm like confident and chill, but I have to like appease to the ego of the man.
Yeah, I know.
You know. Like in that situation, it was very visceral.
Yeah.
But we got it done.
Yeah.
And nevertheless, she persisted. And let's go lay. I need to lay.
Let's go lay. Let's nap. And then we have shows tonight. What's your shows tonight?
10 p.m.
Where?
Tiny Cupboard. Yeah. But at least it's 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of nice. I'm pretty excited about that.
What do you have coming up that we like can look for?
Chicago in May, which is crazy.
Oh, but that's good.
But that's good.
I'm gonna be in Chicago freaking next week. But oh wait,
Are you
when
really?
this
Yeah.
comes out, it'll be past, I guess.
Okay, nice. That'll be fun. Zanies.
Yeah.
That'll be sicko. I've never done stand up there, so I'm really excited about
Great
it.
stand-up city.
Great stand up city. Yeah, Chicago. I am now the art expert for this show called Modern Whitney, which is at Caveat.
Oh,
March
I've heard about this.
14th. Yeah. So the next one's March 14th,
Great.
which I think will be, right? So that'll be fun. I've got some shows in New York, February, March. Just come on a tour if you want.
Come on a tour at the Met.
At the Met or Grand Central or
How
wherever
can we
you
book
want.
tours with you?
Fill out the form in my bio right now.
Perfect.
Working on a
Obsessed.
calendar thing, but
It'll be
exciting.
exciting. Super excited.
And,
as someone who's hung out with you at the Met and you gave me sort of a couple of factoids, I was like, let's go.
It's fun. It's
It was
pretty
really
chill.
cool. It's super fun.
It's not like annoying.
And you're also like, you're super passionate about it.
Yeah.
And so it's like really fun to like be with someone who's passionate about something and like see it from your eyes. It's like really, and I love going to the Met, but like it's still fun to like.
It's fun to
every
learn from
time.
other people. I like always am like, I was like pulling you out and I was like, okay, what do you see? What's like, what
it
pops
was
out to you?
cool.
Because you learn things from what other people see.
Yeah.
So I'm always like,
It's
what are
always
you
new.
looking at? Yeah, it's very fun.
Very special.
Okay.
All right, dog. Let's go lay.
Let's go lay.
All right. This is great.
Woohoo.
Love you, LB.
I need my vape.